How much responsibility should Rodgers have with his wideouts development?
100%, 1,000% responsibility. Folks, last year he had Lazard wide open in the divisional game against San Francisco. At midfield, he would have won the game. He overthrew Adams, who he looks at incessantly. How about Rodgers making $50 million a year? How about Rodgers say, you know what? My job is to get the most out of my young receivers, not to have that hangdog look when they drop a pass or run a bad route, pat them in the fanny when they're coming off the field and maybe they made a mistake on a particular situation on 3rd and 8 and they ran a 5-yard pass pattern. How about him being a little positive with, I mean, they're running the wrong route. How about playing a little preseason football? If you're so wrapped up about it, he says it's a waste of time. Well, go out there and play a quarter, for crying out loud. When you're making $50 million a year and you have lost two playoff games in a row in your building and you have not played great, I don't want to hear any moaning and groaning about your young receivers. Go out there and make them better. That's what quarterbacks do. They make people around them better. The great quarterbacks. We know he's a great quarterback, but to be an immortal, make these young guys, and if they drop a pass, go back to them. Don't ignore him for the rest of the game and walking off the field pointing to God, how could you give me this wacky assortment of wideouts? So I'm down on him. He should go out there and play good football, encourage everybody, and understand that the quarterback makes the receiver more than the receiver makes the quarterback.
Listen, I'm not about to sit here and try to let Aaron Rodgers off the hook and not act like he has a certain level of accountability. But I don't think that everything ain't on him. I mean, these are not rookies that we're talking about here. Alan Lazard has been there before. Sammy Watkins is there now. Tunyon is going to be back after getting injured last year at some point in the season, but he'll be back now. A.J. Dillon is still out there, okay? Aaron Jones is still out there. You've got running backs. You've got experienced receivers. You've got a reliable, trustable, experienced tight end that you're familiar with. Bakhtiari is gonna be back. You've got an offensive line that you can rely upon. Certainly, Aaron Rodgers got to show up. A 20-for-29 pedestrian performance in a postseason against the San Francisco 49ers, where you end up only scoring 10 points and losing the damn playoff game, is inexcusable, unacceptable, and we get all of that. But this is Aaron freaking Rodgers we're talking about here. We're talking about, as a talent, the greatest quarterback we have ever seen. As a talent. I ain't talking resume, because his resume doesn't compare to a few people. But as a talent, there is no one in the history of football that we could ever look at and say, excuse me, as a talent, they better than Aaron Rodgers. So if I got experienced receivers, I lost Davante Adams. They offered Davante Adams the same money as the Las Vegas Raiders offered them, according to the reports. But Davante Adams knows that Aaron Rodgers is talking about walking away from the game in the next couple of years, and he didn't want to be there long term, waiting, wondering who was going to be his quarterback in the future, while he got his college teammate, Derek Carr, a guy that he's known very well, that he's really good friends with, that he knows is going to be there for years to come. So I understand why Davante Adams went. I understand that to some degree that's on Aaron Rodgers, but I'm going to look at him, and even though there's an elevated level of responsibility, doggy, that falls on his shoulders, the bottom line is, if I'm a receiver and Aaron Rodgers is my quarterback, there is some level of culpability that falls on my shoulders. I mean, I can't get much better than that. This brother, we talking about, 449 career touchdown passes to 93 interceptions, a better than 4-to-1 turnover to interception ratio, 55 career passing yards. The man hasn't thrown double-digit interceptions in a season in the last 4 or 5 years. This dude is the creme de la creme. That doesn't mean there's a pressure on him. You get $42 million this year. You get $50 million plus next season, okay? I get all of that. But if you are a receiver, particularly the experienced receivers and tight end that he has on his squad, there are no rookies starting at wide receiver. There are no rookies starting at the tight end spot. There's no rookie starting in the backfield. This ain't all on him. How about Matt LaFleur? Why don't we bring him up?
I agree with you on
That's
that.
the dude. Why are we talking so much about Aaron Rodgers? What about him?
He's making $42 million. That's why we're talking about him, for crying out loud.
Excuse me.
Jeez, you're making that money. Go out there and earn it.
Excuse me. That's not the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. This dude's getting $46 million. I believe Deshaun Watson's up there right there, okay? Even though we're expecting a suspension from him. But definitely the last 4 years of his deal, he's going to be at $46 million. Patrick Mahomes going to be at about $45. We know what Lamar Jackson is looking for. Dak Prescott pocketed about $75 million last year alone. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.